Well, good morning and welcome to this week's edition of our Ideal Trading Lifestyle Spotlight session for Wednesday, October 31st, 2012. Good morning again. My name is Randy McMullen. I am the Senior Stock Analyst for Ideal Trading Lifestyle and will be presenting you with today's presentation. Now, we do have some clients in attendance today, so what we'd like to do first is just make sure that everybody can hear okay and see the video. If you can just give us a hands up, that would be great. While we're waiting for that, we just want to introduce you what we actually discuss at our Spotlight sessions on a weekly basis. Now, as you know, Ideal Trading Lifestyle offers products that help clients develop their own trading disciplines and following that of the Ideal Trading Lifestyle disciplines as well as the MyWealth Accelerator. So we help you develop your own portfolios. We also provide you with watch list picks. And with Ideal Trading Lifestyle, we provide you with fully guided picks that also have a buy-sell stop-loss strategy as well as position sizing. So it essentially takes a client right from the novice stage and allows them to continue to grow and build in their own skills. Now, we do this week on a regular basis. We provide you with a summary of our own personal trading accounts so you can see how our own portfolios are growing following the Ideal Trading Lifestyle picks. That means we're following each pick that we post, also looking at our buy, sell, and stop loss strategies through our precision buy strategy calculator, as well as identifying the overall position sizing with our position sizing calculator. So we use all this, and so we have a benchmark where we need to see clients growing and how their portfolios are building following our disciplines. We'll then leverage into economic reports. Here we'll be discussing some of the reports coming out in North America, those affecting the U.S. primarily as well as Canada, and we'll have a conversation on those. Next, we'll get into an overall market sentiment review, which is really a chart analysis of the S&P and the TSX, and we'll discuss how the economic reports and the current support resistance levels are playing out in the markets and what we see from an analysis perspective. Then we'll discuss our community news items. Here we get into some questions that other clients are asking, and those that were unable to attend and have sent us emails, we'll post those and we'll answer those for you, because if you're listening via a video link, you obviously can't ask questions during the live session, but it's good to know that if you have a question, you can send us an email and we'll answer that at our next Spotlight session. Here we'll also discuss upcoming events and what's currently new going on within Ideal Trading Lifestyle. And finally, a call to action. Any items that we've addressed here during this session, if you have any questions, we're more than happy to answer those questions. Anything that you'd like added, we're also quite interested in that as well. We want to make sure these sessions are quite informative for you. Okay, so the first thing we like to do is discuss our overall Ideal Trading Lifestyle portfolio. Now, we actually started this portfolio in January 2011. This represents a $15,000 tax-free savings account that we had set up, and we follow all of the buy, sell, and stop-loss strategies, the picks, as well as the position sizing. So we know that a client starting off with a $15,000 account can grow that account in a very substantial way because we're showing that. The key here is following our disciplines and following the overall long-term approach that we have to getting in and out of the market in small increments. And so what you'll see here is that even though we started at $15,000 in January 2011, we're sitting at over $22,000 now, which is close to a 48% portfolio increase since inception, and the last 12 months almost a 26% gain portfolio-wise. And that's critical. That is way above, obviously, that of any of the market conditions and way above that you're going to get anywhere else. And so this is all about having a completely guided approach to investing, and at the same time, you still managing your own portfolios, but following it through a disciplined approach. And the other thing that we always like to allude to here as well is that when you notice this trading account, you're going to see that we've had some great months and some other months that just weren't so great. And so that happens. It's in peaks and valleys. So the trading with Ideal Trading Lifestyle is never about, looking at each pick and deciding whether you're going to continue. It's about trading day after day, week after week, month after month, following these disciplines and at the same time taking advantage of the long-term trading approach that we provide and the proven method of growing your financial portfolios that we're identifying now since almost 2004. And so you'll see we have some months where, for example, October 2011, we had a 7.7% portfolio gain. You see December 3.3, January 5.7, recently June 4.7, and of course this month we're actually up 1.75%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but considering October has been a relatively flat month, and at the same time we have just come off of 2 market closure days because of severe weather storms where everything was frozen in the markets. So as a result of that, we're still quite happy with what we're seeing here. And so when we look at this trading account statement, the key thing here is that we're seeing great portfolio gains over the long term and that clients are able to reap the success following our disciplines. Okay, when we look at some of the economic reports that are coming out this week for October 29th and November 2nd, you'll see that on the 29th we had personal income coming out, and that actually met analyst expectations. We also had personal spending come out, and you can see that was a little bit higher than what was expected, and so that had a little bit of an effect on the markets. That being said, however, the markets have been, again, in market closure for the 29th and the 30th due to Hurricane Sandy entering the eastern seaboard. On the 31st, which is today, we have the ADP employment change numbers coming out, so they're expecting those to see an increase of about 143,000 new jobs in the U.S. And you can see tomorrow we have our traditional Thursday morning initial jobless claims coming out, expecting those relatively flat at 375,000 new jobless claims, as well as continuing claims, which are total claims of jobless unemployed in the U.S. So we watch these very closely because these are huge predictors of where the markets are going. Consumer confidence coming out. You can see that there was supposed to be a consumer confidence report come out on the 30th, but again, the markets were closed, and so that report was not completed. As a result of that, they're looking for still a 73% consumer confidence, and what we've identified in the past is that anytime we're above 70 is usually when we're seeing good gains in the market, and that's really what we've been experiencing. We also are looking at November the 2nd, the unemployment rates coming out, so that's also going to be a big indicator that we're going to look at, whether or not we're going to meet, or actually fall short of these numbers. We'll have a big primary indication of where the markets are looking for Friday and especially next week. All right, so kind of what we're seeing right now, what we've got in front of you is the current market trends as of October 26th. Usually we have the day before's chart here, but again, the markets were closed the last 2 days, so we're giving you the last day that the S&P was up and running, which was October 26th. What we're seeing here now is we're seeing that we've shifted obviously into a very strong declining bearish market, so we're extremely cautious in this market right now because this is usually when we drop below lines of support. You can see we did that here last week when we dropped below the 1425 line, which is now going to offer us resistance. And this is the first time we've dropped below this line now since the beginning of September. You can see here that we actually closed below this existing support line that offered us support previous to this, but now that we've dropped below it, it's going to be a tough line to break through. That being said, we're looking for a confirmation of support at this existing channel at 1400, so we're going to pay close attention to that. But what we like to see is we like to see this momentum indicator begin to flatten out and start trending up, indicating that we've got some market bottoms there. So that's what we're looking for. All right, looking at the TSX now, the TSX has been open relative to that of the S&P being closed for the last 2 days. And the TSX is actually on a nice rise. You can see how it found support here, and it's moving up quite nicely. We're into, you can see here, a rising, turning out now to a rising bullish market, and we're waiting to see this overcrossing of our momentum indicator, which is very important, and perhaps room again to the 12,500. So we are cautious with the S&P because of what we see going on in the U.S., but we are more optimistic because we have a great analysis on this chart with a confirmation of a market bottom. Okay, one of the questions that came up and quite indicative of what we've experienced this week was we actually had a pick that we posted on Friday, and so one of the questions that came up is what happens when you post this pick and it's prior to markets being closed. And obviously we will post picks prior to normal market closures such as holidays, for Christmas or New Year's or Good Friday. If there's a pick and the markets are positive, we'll post picks. But when we have situations like this where the market's been closed for a couple days because of severe weather conditions, we just wanted to give you some insight here. So the pick that we posted still remains active until we say otherwise or till we put a hold on it, for example. The pick that we had on Friday remained active till this morning, and we decided to leave it active based on the fact that we saw markets continuing along the line with the same trends that they saw on Friday. Now, we obviously could see some big changes after several days of market closures based on what's going on in Europe and stuff like that. But we didn't see that this morning. So as a result, any picks that are posted prior to any market closures, whether they're voluntary or involuntary closures, the important thing here is those picks remain active until they're either changed or removed from the status. And those would be active for the next market day. Okay, so that kind of answers that question. So thanks a lot. Some of the community news items, we've been offering our fall boot camps, which have been going just excellent. We have finished a boot camp in Winnipeg. We've finished one in Saskatoon. We've done one in Edmonton, and we've also recently completed one in Calgary just last week. So we've had a lot of boot camps in Western Canada. We still have one more coming up on November the 21st in Regina, Saskatchewan, which ties in with Agribition. And so we want to invite all of our clients in the area to attend this particular boot camp session. And also, if you're unable to attend, you can register, and we are allowing this to be simulcast through video, and so you can actually be there, but be online as well. If you are able to attend, we highly recommend that. Being involved in part of the community that's there live and being able to speak with some other clients that we've got in your area is a great thing as well. Okay, we've also got some options online refresher sessions coming. You can see the next one we've got is November 15th, and these are great sessions for our options clients, and here we just go through the basics. We talk about leveraging your cash positions and your portfolios through option contracts. And again, also in our community news, we've got several articles. We've just posted trend trading for profits, and you can see we had a previous article here, which is a great article, was an actual study completed on the most profitable methods of stock trading. If you haven't read these, please take the opportunity and do so. You'll find that they're very insightful, they're knowledge building, and they're also meant to help develop your confidence level at trading in the markets. All right, so we've also recently introduced our own Ideal Trading Lifestyle blog. Here we provide, again, access to all of our articles, newsletters, community posts. It's a way that you can be active in our community of traders and post your questions and have them answered. So we would like to encourage you to visit our blog on a regular basis. You can see the address here, and we look forward to seeing you there. All right. That covers what we wanted to discuss today in our weekly spotlight session. And so before we close this session off, what we normally do is we'd like to open the channels of communication for any clients that are currently on the line with us, so that if they've got any questions, we're more than happy to either let them discuss this by passing over the mic, or perhaps just typing the question in. And so as a result of that, if you've got any questions, please let us know. We're more than happy to answer them right now for those that are live. For those that are listening via video link, again, we would just suggest that you can send that in via email. You can see the email address that's on the line here at training@idealtradinglifestyle.com, and we're more than happy to answer this question at our next spotlight session. Okay, there doesn't seem to be any questions other than the one that we've already answered, and so I'd like to thank each and every person that's here in attendance today, and also those listening via our video link. We do these on a weekly basis, and they're meant to be educational, knowledgeable, and also supporting credibility with respect to what we're doing at Ideal Trading Lifestyle. If you'd like to find out more about the other offerings that we got, perhaps our evolutionary strategy that allows you to continuously grow and continuously learn in your own trading disciplines as you take on more and more and look at investing more of your portfolio. And so we've got courses that take you right through from what we call the ideal trading lifestyle, which is really the beginning side of it, where we do all the work for you, providing you with the picks, the buy, sell, stop loss strategy, and even how many positions you should be buying based on your portfolio size, to getting involved in our basic and our advanced courses so you can begin to look at a larger list of picks and follow through on the disciplines there, to ultimately trading with options where you're leveraging anywhere from 10 to 20% of your investment, but looking at 10 to 20 times the returns in an options environment. So we have a whole graduated approach for you to take. And so I just like to sign off here. This is Randy McMullen on behalf of Ideal Trading Lifestyle, and we're signing off for this week's edition of our weekly Spotlight session. Have yourself a great market day.